Okay, so for the second house, this is the house of income. So whatever is your source of income, but it's also the house of your self-worth, your value systems, and also your inherent talents, abilities, and skills. So or any one of those areas may be highlighted for you at this time. The value systems and the self-worth are kind of sometimes interconnected with your income and or obviously even with your skills. But the value systems, most people are having a review of that in some way because things have changed quite dramatically in the world, and what you valued before may be changing now. So let's just see how that comes in for you. We've got Black Moon Lilith mystery. So something is a bit of a mystery. There is something kind of undercurrents going on, or there's something moving in the background. Perhaps you're not quite, haven't got all the facts and figures, or you haven't got everything sorted out about it yet. But it's like something lurking that could be happening. It could also be that you, you need to stand your ground in some way about something in this house. And stand firm. This is a very strong, dark feminine, but it's a very strong feminine power. It's the witch's wand of power, so it's kind of got this mystery and magical allure to it. But it very much can be about that. You may just have to stand your ground. It can also be that you need to get your emotions under control, or you could be on the receiving end of something like that. So this is to do with perhaps just saying something or taking an action which comes from fear or anger, and anger comes from fear. So taking an action or saying something, and then it really upsets the apple cart with a situation that perhaps you could have handled a bit more delicately. So just be careful with that. It's something to do with, with something in the second house that is coming up for you at this time. It could also be that you are on the receiving end of that. Now, this can be negative emotions. So these could be your negative emotions, or they could be, you're on the receiving end of it. These are the sort of, stem from fear. So this can be anger, jealousy, bitterness, feelings of being overlooked in some way. It's like resentment. And in some cases, some people get quite vengeful, so it just depends on what's going on in your situation. And it's just, find a healthy outlet for that, and deflect it if it's coming at you, but find a healthy outlet for it and find ways to exercise that in a wholesome way. It can also bring in, sudden fame, or some sort of raised profile, and that can sometimes bring that negative reaction to you, where you could be getting ahead in some way in this house. Now, you have got Freya bold here, so I do feel you're making progress in some way, or there's some action which is going to lead to progress. You've got a lot of success coming up here for you. So I feel it's something that you're going to perhaps overcome, or something that you're going to initiate, or something that you're going to move ahead with. And it could really, you could have others around you who are looking at you negatively because you are changing your life, or you're moving ahead with something. So see how that resonates for you. Or you could just be aware of something in the background, something moving, and you haven't just got all the facts and figures yet about it. It hasn't, you can see it moving, but you're not quite sure what is the situation. Now we've got Freya bold, unleash your adventurous side, take risks and be daring. So what she's saying, that whatever, whatever needs to be sorted out here, just make sure that you're doing it from a place of control. All right. And as I said, you may also have to stand firm about something. So apply it as it resonates to your situation. You could be one or the other, or something else I've said may resonate with you. But it's saying that this is a very, very forward, a very positive feminine energy, and this is very strong feminine. So I do feel that whether you're masculine or feminine, it doesn't matter. We have both. We have to balance both. And, if one is a bit down, then you have to find ways to elevate that to bring you into balance. So this is a very strong forward motion. It's about being bold. It's about appreciating your sexuality. This could be a self-worth issue. It's like a very flirtatious energy. So very vivacious. So it's like a very confident, outgoing, progressive energy. And she's got that boldness about her. She loves her body. She's not afraid to flaunt her body. She's not afraid to take action as need be in here. So see how it resonates for you. But it is about going on an adventure of some sort, and to be daring, to go, to have the confidence to go for something that is right for you. And as I said, you may have a negative reaction from others around you, or you may just be putting the pieces together. But it could also be that you need to stand firm on something and be bold about what it is that you want to initiate here. Then we've also got 12th house coming in for you. So 12th house has many aspects to it. It's usually about spiritualism or spirituality, meditation, mysticism, and also healing. Deep healing is possible, whether you are a healer or you are receiving healing, or you work in the service industry, service to others where healing is involved. Service to others comes in with the 12th house. And this is almost like selfless service, It's also about withdrawal or retreat in some way. And that sometimes goes with the spiritual life. In other words, a meditation where you withdraw periodically to connect to the divine or to source. And it can also be about channeling. It can also be about bringing down imagination, inspiration, connecting to the universe and channeling information down, or bringing information down like inspiration. So you may be an artist and you're receiving inspiration, or you're a writer and you've got this very imaginative connection. It can also go into fantasy and illusion. So just be careful with that it doesn't give you rose-tinted spectacles about situations, It's also about resolutions to things, in some cases ending. So it can be an ending of something that's been troublesome in your life, or the ending of a cycle, something like that. It can also bring soulmates or connections, karmic connections into your life. And these are people, this can be all kinds of karmic connections, or working on karmic issues that you've come into this lifetime to deal with. So those may be rising up. And you have, as I said, you always have the opportunity for healing. The unconscious is ruled by the 12th house. So now your unconscious rules about 90% of your life. And this is everything that's going on behind the scenes of you. So everything in the unconscious, it's your unconscious behaviors, motivations, complexities, programming, like deep-seated beliefs that you have about yourself or whatever the situation is. All of this can come up. It can also be twin flames. If you're into twin flames, that can also be coming up with this card. But it can also be about addictions of all kinds. So whether this is substances, or whether it's media or drama, or addiction to worry, whatever the situation, any of those things may come up. Because they're kind of in your unconscious, they're there, and there's a reason why they're there. So it's about delving deep. The 12th house is deep, but you have the opportunity to raise yourself up, to connect to the divine, to, manifest your dreams, as it were, and also dream state is very important. So your dreams may be very important during this time. Now, we've got here Saturn return age, and then we've got Rhiannon sorceress. We've also got responsibility. So I do feel that this is being responsible to yourself, about moving yourself forward in any way, which, if you've got anything that's holding you back, or any kind of inhibition, or any kind of situation which you need to resolve now, it's about being responsible to yourself, your dreams, your path in life, what you've come here to do, taking responsibility, and responsibility for anything that needs to be sort of closed off or resolved, as I said. So with the Saturn return, things can be coming back now. Saturn return is the task. Saturn is the taskmaster of the zodiac. Very strong energy, but it's about bringing harmony into your life, and you can only do that by having very strong foundations and building things properly the first time round. So any structures or systems or situations in your life which are on a wobbly basis will crumble or fall away. And it's also about, obviously, taking responsibility for things. So for some people, a Saturn return can be things coming back from the past which just haven't worked. In some cases, it can be a bit of a loss. Something has occurred, and it's about transforming that. With Saturn return, it's a wonderful energy to recreate. It's a second chance energy. So it's about now finally going after something which is close to your heart, something that's really important to you. You may be in a situation where you have been somewhere or doing something or in a relationship or whatever the situation may be, which was something that you were in just because it was appropriate for that time, but there were aspects of it which kind of stifled your growth, or it wasn't really what you wanted, or something. It could be the return of something that didn't work before, or it was something that you always wanted to do, and you never got a chance for whatever reason. You may have been just doing a job which was paying the bills and which was suitable, but now you want to really unleash yourself and go after something which is dear to your heart, or something that is really important to you. So it's a second chance. It's a release and a redirect. So it's a releasing of your energy from where it has been, and redirecting it into an area which is really going to, light your goals up for the future. But it's about taking responsibility for your own goals and your own dreams. So quite often this pops up with people who have reached a point in their life where their children have grown up, or they are changing something in their lives, and it's like a complete shift, but you have to want to do it. You have to want to take the responsibility for your own dreams and goals. So if you've been people pleasing, or if you've been doing something to suit somebody else's, situation, or you may have just been in that frame, it's now time to release that and go after what's important for you. There's going to be a bit of work. It won't be fast moving action. This is about building. This is about creating a really strong foundation. But whatever you create under this is going to be very long lasting and steady. So it's also about taking, as I said, responsibility for things that haven't worked or things that just need resolving, dealing with things from the past, and facing up to things, in some cases. For some of you, it could be either emotional loss or physical loss of some sort, possessions or money even. Just take it as it resonates, but I do feel it's about you suddenly, taking on something, taking your energy from where it has been and redirecting it now. It's a course correction. That's what it is. Now, with the age concept, it's saying that don't think that you're too young or too old to take this energy on. If you bring Saturn into your life, if you apply yourself, if you work towards what it is that you want, if you really apply yourself and bring in steadiness, create systems or schedules or some kind of foundation on which to build, and do it properly, brick by brick, then whatever you create will stand you in good stead. And it's all about the future. This is about building something that's going to be long lasting for you. We've got Rhiannon Sorceress. So you are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. So this is about, the Aquarians have the ability to see into the future. They have the ability to grasp concepts which are quite futuristic by nature, can also be unconventional, different, cutting edge, quite technical. There's lots of ways the Aquarian energy can manifest. So this is, whatever's your brand, your flair, your own particular brand of magic. Now you can manifest that in many, many different ways. It can be in your profession. It can be the way you conduct yourself. It can be the way you're raising your children. There's lots of ways that this can come in, but it's about manifestation. So spend time in nature, learn from nature. There's a full moon there. But it's about harnessing your magical nature, and we are all born with innate abilities, and it's about harnessing that and applying that into your daily life. And this is about positive, thinking, positive words, speak things into existence, and then that is what you will manifest. So affirmations, learning, as I said, learning from nature, learning from and understanding the way things are moving, trends and movement in society, whatever the situation is. But harness your own particular flair, your own particular something that you can do or something that you can harness to bring you what you want here, or to bring you out of something that you have been, that has been an inhibition for you, holding you back. Or it could be grasping that inspiration and imaginative side of yourself, which will manifest with the 12th house and certainly with Jupiter going into Pisces. So it's about harnessing that side of yourself. We've also got, just before we go to that, I just want to bring in the Pluto transformation. So I do feel there is some transformation going to go on here as well. So this is stuff coming up from the deep, okay? Things that have been hidden or underneath or not revealed, or and now this could be emotions, this could be feelings you have, and I feel this may be to do with the Saturn return. This could be kind of like your long-held loves of things that you want to do, or aspects of your life that you really would like to focus on, or even emotions. It's releasing that, okay? That's suddenly coming out now from being suppressed or being in the background. Now it's coming out because now you get the opportunity to release or redirect, release and redirect, course correction, second chance, whether it's something that you want to do or it's connected to someone, whatever the situation is. It's about transforming that deep energy and bringing it into the light. Pluto rules the underground, so it's bringing it up from underneath, whether it's suppressed emotions or feelings or situations. It's expressing that and dealing with it, facing up to it. It's also about bringing new things into your life, and you can't do that unless you release old things. That's where the transformation comes in. So it's endings and beginnings. It's closing one chapter, beginning another. It's releasing things that no longer serve you, things that have been holding you back, or things that are just preventing your growth. It's about harnessing that and the power of Pluto to actually move yourself forward in some way.